Okay, hey y'all. It is Wednesday, January 20th, and we got a real special person with us here today. Who am I talking to?
I'm Kynsey Thompson, and I'm in seventh grade at Lakeside.
Okay, Kynsey, thank you for joining me here. Uh, I understand you did something really cool on Monday. Would you like to tell everybody what you did?
Yes, sir. I won first place in the Martin Luther King essay contest.
All right, yeah, Minden has the Martin Luther King celebration every year, or Southwestern, and they have an essay contest, and so that's awesome that you did that. Dr. King's a very important person, and it's awesome those things that Miss Imsangi's teaching you all over there, and really building those writing skills, and so that's showing. Uh, would you like to read it for us?
I will.
Okay. Well, Kinsey's going to be reading her essay that won first place in the essay competition for the annual Minden MLK celebration. So we got a real budding William Shakespeare with us here. All right. So go ahead, Kinsey.
On August 28, 1963, the iconic trailblazer that was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his I Have a Dream speech at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This was a speech that Dr. King himself described as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation, and that would go on to inspire change for generations to come. 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, there was still a very prominent amount of inequality and violence toward people of African descent. Dr. King, along with many others, dedicated most of their lives to removing this problem to a nation founded on the recognition that everyone is equal. With around 250,000 people in attendance, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. knew his words would be one for the history books. He had a dream that everyone would be equal and that no one would be judged on their skin color but their character. This also allows me to dream big because I have seen just how impactful his dream was and that anything is reachable. Dr. King's dream required everyone in the country to make a change in how they see people, which can be quite hard since a change of this magnitude can be hard to accept. However, Dr. King's dream has been reached looking at the fact that there are people all around me of different races, ethnicities, and nationalities that are seen as equal and all have the same opportunities as me. Dr. King has made me realize that everyone's dream, no matter how big, is achievable if you work hard and truly believe in your heart that it is the right thing to do. I'm allowed to dream as big as I want thanks to Dr. King, who sets into motion and fought for one of the most important causes, equality. He has allowed so many generations today and ones of the future to achieve anything of our heart's desires, regardless of how they look or where they come from. Every word of Dr. King's speech on that historic day in August 1963 has encouraged many people, and especially me. In today's society, there are many causes that fight for equality, but possibly in the wrong way. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was very against violence, but believed in justice. He stood up for inequality. He stood up against discrimination. He stood up against the stereotypes placed on African American people. Amazingly, he did this in a way that wasn't angry or provoked anger in anyone else, but that caused the negativity as encouragement to create change. This has taught me not to be brought down by others' negativity and stipulations, but to use it as fuel to believe that anything is possible. King's speech has helped me learn a new way of seeing the world. It's a bunch of God's children who all believe the same, people who are trying to get through. The I Have a Dream speech has also taught me how to act in a way that could help his initial dream live on. We all need to act respectfully towards one another, even if we look different, come from different backgrounds, or believe different things. That is no reason to treat someone differently. There is still some inequality in America today, but if we did our part and treated each other in an understanding, equal way, we could further Dr. King's dream of racial justice. Since Dr. Martin Luther King's speech and the civil rights movement, I personally feel that America has come a long way. We've had a president and possibly soon a vice president of color, and there is the Black Lives Matter movement, which fights against racial motivated violence and police brutality. We should all learn from Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech from that mid-August day and do our part in keeping that dream alive.
That was awesome. That was so awesome. That was awesome. Are you sure you're not? Are you sure you're not like a secret author or something like that? Like in just a small person's body or something? That was awesome. I'm not exaggerating. I'm literally, I got goosebumps. That's some of the best writing I've ever read, especially for a seventh grader. Goodness gracious.
Eighth grade, actually.
Eighth. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's right. That's right. That's awesome.
It's all thanks to Miss Msongi. She helps everyone's writing so much.
Oh, so I'm glad you mentioned Miss Msongi. So you like her? She's a good teacher?
Yes, sir. She's one of the best English teachers ever.
She is. I mean, she is. I'm an English teacher, and I can tell you she is. She's kind of intimidating. She's so good. She's kind of intimidating. She's so good. But I'm really glad that you like her. I'm glad that you're getting an awesome education at Lakeside. I'm so glad that you got a chance to share your thoughts about Dr. King. You just brightened my day. And I'm serious. That was awesome. That was very, very awesome. Is there anything else you wanted to tell me or say before you left?
I don't know. I don't think there is.
All right. Well, how about this? What day is it?
It's a great day to be a warrior.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. And we'll see you later. Okay. Hey, we just heard from Kynsey, and everybody saw how awesome that essay was. And now we're going to talk to her teacher, her English teacher, the one who set her down this path and helped her hone some of her writing skills. Who am I talking to?
My name is Julie Msongi. I teach 8th grade ELA here at Lakeside.
Okay. And don't let anybody fool you. Miss Msongi is literally the greatest English teacher I've ever met. She's awesome. Miss Msongi, I'm blown away. I mean, what Kynsey just read to me was I told her college level. It might be better. It might be like graduate college level. It's awesome. It really was.
She's very talented. Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything like you wanted to just say about her in general?
Sure. Kynsey is a standout in 8th grade. She was a finalist for Student of the Year, and every day she's a leader in class. Not only does she perform academically, but she has a particular spirit that is special, where she brings out the best in everyone else, whether it's at their table or the entire class. She also has like a real excitement for learning, and when she listens, you can tell that she's digesting everything and finding the value of it. Mm. And then once she understands that, then she tries to, give that out to the rest of the class, and it just makes everything so much more deeply meaningful when we have class discussion. She's a beautiful writer, as you can see. She's a beautiful person, and she just has a great spirit. She cares for so many people, and she just improves my classroom every day. I love her. She's great.
That's awesome. It's awesome to have kids like we got down here at Lakeside. Mm-hmm. But that essay was there anything that like stuck out to you, or not? Maybe not even that, if you get detailed. But why do you think it's important? Why'd you want your kids to write about Dr. King?
I think that anytime something becomes farther and farther in the past, it becomes less real to people that live here in the present. And oftentimes we kind of look around the room and we see how much they understand and know. And you're right, everything is very timely right now. We do have the first Black African-American vice president being inaugurated today. And I think it's just really important for them to understand what was won and what was fought for, and how every single day we're still fighting that fight of freedom. Whether even if it's in a different category, we're still living out his dream. And I think in her essay, she really connected to that point for today and its importance.
That you're right. I mean, you and I, before we started recording, we're talking about that, the presidential inauguration. And I teach the seniors, and I said, I want y'all to watch the inauguration, because it doesn't matter what political party you're in. You got to respect America. You got to respect the presidency. Mm-hmm. And it is historic, and I'm just blown away by Kynsey again. I mean, and I know I hear all these things about what you're doing and the times we talk and everything. You're just doing such an awesome job over there. I know.
You too, Mr. Beers.
I get everybody at the end. I benefit from y'all's hard work. I benefit from y'all's hard work.
Well, that's kind of the story of Lakeside, is that we really have a spirit of togetherness and it's a teamwork. And I think everybody plays their part, because we are such a small school. You have to wear more than one hat down here. We're the little school at the end of the parish, and that's kind of our superpower, is that we know how to play off each other's strengths and work as a team.
That's awesome. I'm glad you said that. Well, I don't have anything else. Anything else you wanted to say?
It's a great day to be a warrior, as always.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Ms. Imsagi.